All right, welcome back to the FanWire podcast with your host Delano. We have a roster update for the Washington Mystics. The Washington Mystics has recently signed Lauren Jensen out of Creighton University. Lauren Jensen is a guard, and she has a long history in college. So let's get the breakdown of what we know about her game and what we expect. Hope y'all ready. Let's rock. All right. So Laura Jensen actually had 5 years of college experience. So she was a super senior. She had one of those additional years added on to her 4 years that typically college players have because of the COVID situation, right? Players that came up during the COVID years got 1 extra year of eligibility. So she is an older senior, right? And she is a guard. So let's break down her production from last season. She went undrafted in the WNBA 2025 draft. But she averaged, let's see here, she averaged 17.8 points, and that's for Creighton University. She also shot 36% from three, so she can shoot the three. She's a standout free throw shooter at 87.9%. And she had about 1.3 steals a game. That's pretty good. She also had 4 rebounds as a guard. That's pretty good numbers. But the thing is this: how does her game translate to the WNBA? Because these definitely sound like solid numbers for a player, right? So let's break it down a little further. So with Laura Jensen, just like we said, her college career appeared to be very impressive, right? It was very good. But there are differences in her game that might not necessarily translate to the WNBA, especially with the new modern wave of WNBA players that are coming in and that are already there, right? So the game is kind of changing. So like we said, she averaged 17 points a game. That was a total of 508 points. And she actually ranks number 7 in Creighton women's basketball history, right? Let's see. I think we really brought her in as a training camp body, but you never know. She might come in and light it up. She might shoot the laces off the basketball. Shoot the laces off somebody's shoes. Who knows? But I think she's really just a training camp body. But let's talk about her scoring, right? We talked about she can put the ball in the bucket, but it's a matter of how, right? She can create her own shot off the dribble. She can catch and shoot, and she's good at coming off screens, right? But the thing is this: is it enough at the WNBA level, right? From what I saw, right, from the tape, I'm not too sure about her ball handling skills at the WNBA level, right? But we'll talk more about that. All right. So again, she's a great 3-point shooter. She got a quick release from when she's shooting a three, and it's smooth too, right? Basketball IQ. Let's see here. She got a high court awareness. It appears that she makes good decisions when she's under pressure, and that's key for our team. I really think that we have a deficiency at that particular part of the guard level play with the Mystics. I think that if the right teams put enough pressure on, we might be in a little bit of trouble, right? But I think we can improve on that. I ain't worried about that, right? She's good at recognizing the mismatch and how to knock it out, right? Also reading defenses, right? But again, is it going to be good enough for the WNBA? Ball handling, she's averaged about close to 4 assists a game, so that's pretty good. With not being a point guard per se, she has the ability to be a combo guard. Yeah. Let's see. The one thing that I noticed from the tape and just doing some research here, athleticism could be an issue. That's what I think. She's really just a training camp body, to be honest. Because if she had to defend athletic wings, I think that she might get exploited. I think that they could take advantage of that, right? She's good at shooting jumpers, but how good is she at finishing at the rim? That can be an Achilles heel in her game. And we want to actually play a high tempo style of basketball. How does she work into the transition game? Right? These are all things to keep aware of, keep in the back of your mind. But I don't really see her making the team. I think she's here for training camp purposes. That's just me being real. But we'll see what Lauren Jensen does with the Washington Mystics. We'll see if she'll make the final roster. Yeah, we'll go from here. All right. This is your host, Delano, on the FanWire podcast, breaking down the new edition of Lauren Jensen for the Washington Mystics. And yeah, we'll just see how this goes. All right. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video and the channel on your social media. Let everybody know what we're doing over here at the FanWire podcast, because when we shoot, we score. All right. I'll let y'all on the next time.